Hello, and thanks for tuning into this week's Crypto News Recap. I'm Michael Del Castillo, a Knight Bagehot Fellow at Columbia University. Just after Laura finished recording the podcast, news broke that Tornado Cash co-founder Roman Storm had gotten out on bail, according to his lawyer Brian Klein, who added on a tweet, "I remain very disappointed that the prosecutors charged him because he developed software. Their novel legal theory has dangerous implications for all software developers." In other legal issues this week, the former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried legal saga continues to unfold. On Wednesday, U.S. federal judge Lewis Kaplan granted Bankman-Fried's lawyers permission to visit their client at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, in preparation for his trial starting on October 3rd, according to a CoinDesk report. However, the FTX founder's request for daily meetings at his lawyer's office or to transfer to a lower security prison was denied. Elsewhere, prosecutors at the U.S. Department of Justice filed a proposed set of jury instructions for Bankman-Fried's trial commencing in October, detailing the 7 counts against him, including wire fraud and money laundering. Bankman-Fried's legal team's strategy and the court's decisions this week set the stage for the highly anticipated legal battle in the crypto space. Judge Kaplan granted Bankman-Fried permission to meet with his counsel in a cell block attorney room, allowing access to an internet-enabled laptop where he can view documents previously loaded as part of his defense. His lawyers have expressed concerns over delays and the voluminous discovery, including a list written by former Alameda Research CEO Caroline Ellison titled, quote, "Things Sam is freaking out about," end quote, including Alameda's trading hedges and, ironically for a man once widely described by reporters as the White Knight of crypto, negative press coverage. Bankman-Fried's trial is scheduled to begin October 1, and he faces a maximum of over 100 years in prison if convicted of all charges. In a court appearance Tuesday, Bankman-Fried pleaded not guilty to all charges. His lawyers sent him a letter to Judge Kaplan explaining how they plan to use the October trial to show that Bankman-Fried was acting in good faith when he followed previous legal counsel to auto-delete some information and to make loans to FTX. Moreover, FTX is seeking to sell, stake, and hedge what's left in no small part of $3 billion in crypto holdings, using Mike Novogratz's Galaxy Empire to advise and assist in maximizing value from the sales, according to recent court filings. OG DeFi liquidity protocol Balancer faced what appears to be a critical vulnerability affecting the latest version of the software that defines the liquidity pools behind much of the global crypto trading activity. After the Balancer team experienced the undisclosed problem, it sent an urgent Twitter warning urging users to withdraw funds from the affected pools, including on the Ethereum mainnet, Polygon, Arbitrum, and others. In a tweet, the team claimed it secured most of the total value locked in the protocol, but some funds remained at risk. In spite of being partially decentralized, Balancer users last year voted to give a small group called the Balancer Emergency SubDAO the vow to kill vulnerable pools, enabling a proportional exit from the affected pools. Although Balancer estimated that just $10 million was still at risk, data shows that over $200 million has been withdrawn, with TVL falling a whopping 25% to around $544 million. The team plans to provide additional details through a post-mortem report at a later time, reflecting what appears to be a swift and coordinated response to a potentially significant weakness in the DeFi space. U.S. District Judge Jesse Furman sentenced a former product manager of NFT marketplace OpenSea, Nate Chastain, to 3 months in prison for insider trading in non-fungible tokens, marking the first ever digital asset insider trading conviction. Chastain was found guilty of exploiting confidential information about upcoming NFTs on OpenSea's homepage, making profits of over $50,000. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams said in a statement that the sentence should serve as a, quote, warning to other corporate insiders that insider trading in any marketplace will not be tolerated, end quote. In addition to the prison term, Chastain was sentenced to home confinement, supervised release, and a $50,000 fine. Binance, one of the leading crypto exchanges, has faced a turbulent week marked by regulatory scrutiny, market fluctuations, and strategic partnerships. Binance's native token, BNB, stumbled to a one-year low, reaching $204 on Tuesday and reflecting a 14% drop over the past week alone. This decline comes amid mounting scrutiny over Binance's operations, which increased this week following a Wall Street Journal report about the exchange letting Russian users circumvent sanctions and move money. Additionally, a $30 million hack against Venus, a decentralized marketplace, highlighted the potential risks associated with the liquidation of a large portion of BNB, which could cause cascading liquidations and damage the broader market. Or, to put it another way, poorly written code could result in lost investor funds. In a strategic move, Binance's U.S. subsidiary, Binance US, partnered with crypto payments firm MoonPay to introduce a new U.S. dollar on-ramp. This partnership allows users to exchange dollars for the Tether coin, aka USDT, which will be the new, quote, base asset, end quote, for transactions. Users can buy USDT using debit or credit cards and payment services like Apple Pay and Google Pay. However, some have expressed frustration over the high fees incurred while using MoonPay. Speaking of regulatory challenges for exchanges, Luxembourg-based cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp will end its Ether staking services for U.S. users starting September 25, according to a statement provided by Bitstamp US's CEO to news site The Block. The decision follows recent actions from the SEC that targeted similar staking services seen as investment contracts. Coinbase acquired an equity stake in Circle, marking a significant partnership development amid challenges for USD Coin, or USDC, as it is perhaps better known. The joint announcement also detailed the expansion of USDC to 6 new blockchains, increasing the total number of chains supporting USDC to 15. This move comes after a turbulent period for the stablecoin, with its market cap falling from $55 billion in July 2022 to less than half that, or about $25 billion at press time. The two companies will continue to generate revenue from USDC reserves interest income, sharing it based on the amount of USDC held on each platform. In a potentially important shift in strategy, Circle will assume full control over USDC issuance and governance. In 2018, Coinbase and Circle co-launched the Center Consortium to jointly manage USDC and planned to onboard additional members as the asset expanded its reach. That project is no more. In spite of shuttering the Center Consortium and the shift of power, Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire emphasized his commitment to making USDC the most widely used digital dollar in the world in a tweet. The U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation issued an alert regarding the activities alleged of North Korean hackers, warning cryptocurrency companies of a potential cash-out attempt involving stolen Bitcoin worth over $40 million. The alert focuses on hackers belonging to Trader Group, that's TRADER Group, believed by the FBI to be associated with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The group is also believed to be the latest incarnation of a team of hackers identified separately as both the Lazarus Group and APT38, known for spear phishing methods where counterfeit emails are used to trick readers into clicking on links that introduce software that steals money and data, locks out authorized users in exchange for a ransom, or any number of illicit actions. The FBI's investigation has tracked approximately 1,580 Bitcoins stolen by the group from several significant heists, including thefts from payment processor AlphaPo and others. The agency has urged private sector entities to closely examine blockchain data associated with Bitcoin addresses its agents suspect of being involved, and called for increased vigilance against transactions involving these addresses. In a related note, the FBI on Thursday announced it has seized nearly $1.7 million in cryptocurrency between March and July of this year, with the majority of its seizures coming from a single exchange, Binance. On a more lighthearted note, Bitcoin, as you all probably know, has not been performing so well. For a more upbeat interpretation of the down market, your market update from stand-up comedian Ginny Hogan is just below.
Bitcoin's price plunged dramatically last week, which is wild. I had no idea it had been up to begin with. But it's true, Bitcoin dropped from 29 to 25, which is to say it started getting Botox. At one point, Bitcoin shed 7% of its value in just 20 minutes, which feels like it could be the advertising for a new Pilates program. And the price plunge led to mass liquidations, which is not nearly as sexy a phenomenon as the term suggests. But it's a bummer. Like, imagine you were planning to use your Bitcoin to buy a large plot of land in Siberia to evade taxes. Now you can only buy a medium large plot of land in Siberia to evade taxes. And it was crypto's biggest one-day fall since the collapse of FTX, which was actually less than a year ago. Can you believe that in just 9 months, SBF produced about 72,000 Excel spreadsheets proving his innocence? So productive. The only thing I can do in 9 months is like make a baby. McKinsey should totally hire him. I hear they have good Wi-Fi in his jail.
Thanks so much for joining us today. Unchained is produced by me, Laura Shin, with help from Kevin Fuchs, Matt Pilchard, Zach Seward, Juan Aranovich, Sam Sriram, Ginny Hogan, Leandro Camino, Pam Majumdar, Shashank, and Margaret Correa. Thanks for listening.